Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Talk Sports Show with Alec Pequignot. Today is the day where we do our upset picks. Let's get right into it. Here are my three upsets on the Monday show. Upset number one, I have North Carolina +7 over Clemson. I like this upset a lot because Clemson hasn't played that good so far this year. They've been hit or miss, and I think North Carolina wants to take their frustration out for the last two games where they only won by a combined 5 points. So that is why I like taking North Carolina here. My second upset is California +4.5 over Stanford. If you saw the Oregon State Stanford game last week, you would see that Stanford they don't look like they want to play for the coach they have right now. So that is why I like California here to pull the upset and most likely win. And my third upset is Boston College +1 over Pittsburgh. This should be a decently good game, and I like Boston College to win here. I have been very, very surprised how good they've been this year. I was very high on them in the preseason to compete in the ACC and not win the ACC, but compete and be in the top 3 or 4 of the ACC. Now here's some cover picks that I like this week for today's show. The first cover I like is Arkansas State +3.5 over Texas State. This I Arkansas State is another team I've been impressed with this year. And I think they can pull off not the upset, but I think they can cover the point spread. And I would take the +3.5 for Arkansas State, but watch this line during the week because it may go up or it may go down. That's what tends to happen from time to time. Is a line when it opens at the beginning of the week, it's a certain number, and then it goes up or it goes down. My second cover pick this week is Miami of Ohio -8.5 against First Buffalo. I like Miami of Ohio to cover here. They covered last week at a shutout, and I think they could pull another shutout this week against Buffalo. I really like this cover pick. And my number 3 cover is SMU -7.5 against Memphis. I think this is going to be a very, very high-scoring game, and I like SMU to somehow cover against Memphis. If you watched the Memphis USF game a couple weeks ago, Memphis and USF went over the over-under by a few points, and I think SMU Memphis could do the same thing. So you can either take the point spread here, or you can take the over-under. Now here's my over-under picks for today's show. My first over-under pick is South Florida and UTSA. This is a game on Friday that I will be calling. Right now, the over-under sits at 67 points. I would dare not to take – I would take the over in this game because I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, and I like the over. The next game I'm taking the over for is Houston and Oklahoma State. The over-under is 60, and I'm taking over 60 points here because I think Oklahoma State's going to come out mad and upset because of last week against UCF when they were supposed to beat UCF, but they got beat really bad. Let's put it up front and honest. They got their tails whipped by UCF, and I think they're going to come out this week and say, you know what, we need to win out in order to make the Big 12 championship game. So we need to win this week, and we need to win next week. So I like the over in this game. And the last game I like the over-under for is UTEP Middle Tennessee. The over-under in this game sits at 48 points. And I did some research last night. Neither of these teams score more than 20 points a game. So this is going to be your boring 10-7, 14-10 football game, and it's going to be under 48 points. Under. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not done. I will be giving you a little preview of Saturday selections and who I might be picking this week. So, Toledo and Bowling Green. I like the point spread here, and I like taking Toledo to cover. -10, I like Toledo to cover against Bowling Green. Bowling Green, as you see, they are 6-4. They're 7-3 against the spread. Toledo's 5-5 against the spread. I do like Toledo, like I said, to cover. Eastern Michigan, Akron. I'm taking Eastern Michigan and the 5.5 and taking Eastern Michigan to cover. And that's okay. So then let's get down to Saturday. So I'm going to pick a couple games now, and then the rest are going to be on Friday. Northwestern, Purdue. I like Northwestern in this game. I know Purdue just whooped up on Minnesota on last Saturday, but I like Northwestern in this game. Indiana, Michigan State. That's a toss-up. I'm going to take Indiana because somebody has to win that game. I'm going to take Indiana. East Carolina Navy. This is a game you may see on Friday's show in my over-under slot. But I like Navy to win a low-scoring game, as that might give you a hint which way I'm leaning on the over-under in this game on Friday. But I like Navy to win a low-scoring game, maybe 10-7, 14-10. Memphis, SMU. I just gave you the point spread for this game. I'm taking SMU. I like how they've been playing this year. And I think that they're a good team. Now I'm going to go on a little I apologize for the rant I'm about to go on. I know I talked about it last night, but James Madison and Appalachian State. This is where game day is this week. Why is it at? I understand James Madison is undefeated, but you could have gone to Corvallis and gone to Oregon State and Washington. But no, you want to go to James Madison, which, like I just said, I'm okay with that. But you could have gone to James Madison earlier in the season instead of going there now when you got Oregon State and Washington that are actually playing for something. This undefeated season for James Madison is going to be pointless because they can't go to a bowl game because they're still in the transition period from the FCS from Division II to Division I. So they can't go to a bowl game. But I still like James Madison to beat JMU, to beat Appalachian State. Ball State, Kent State. I'm taking Kent State. Hawaii, Wyoming. I'm taking Wyoming. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today's show. Thank you for joining. I will be back tomorrow night at 9:30 for my fantasy football review. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. I'm out.